on the Glock 17 TAC 2. This Glock itself, I've equated the math to be approximately 50 grand, worth about 50 grand, and the parts here worth about 40 grand, depending on how you buy certain things. All right, so I'll basically start off with my even amount. So I'm sitting at 1 mil here, so 500, 500. All right, this is so we can see our profit and margins from what I've purchased to what I've gained. Right, so I'm sitting at 500,000, 500,000. We'll go to the market right now and we'll quickly look at gphones. So gphones are typically around $15,000. Right, so just for the purpose of this guide, I'm actually going to buy them specifically at 15,000 just to show you, but if you can buy it for less, ideal. Right, so for example, if you buy a gphone for 15,000, circuit board for around 10 grand is about the right price. The printed circuit board, not that one. So if you buy it for about 10 grand, right, and we do get one of these tech Glocks, right, so what we want to do is disassemble it. So again, we've spent 40 grand, if not exactly 39,999, right? We'll disassemble it. So we'll look at all these parts here together, right? Just from the slide to the threaded barrel with the Glock itself. So some of these parts are worth more in the market. Some of these parts are worth more to traders. For example, this Osprey is worth more to traders. On the market, it's worth about, usually it's about 25 grand. It's not typically up here at this point. But again, it's much easier just simply to go to Skier and sell it for 26,627. Items like the slide and barrel aren't really worth going through the effort of going to the market. For example, the barrel is worth about 4 grand here to Skier, and it's worth about 5 grand in the market. And with that tax difference, it's going to be pretty close. Glock slide here was worth, I think he was just buying it for 2 grand. If you went to the market, it's worth only 3 grand. So $1,000 difference. Again, the fee sometimes eats up some of it. It's really not worth the effort. The only item on here that I'd say is pretty much worth it is the reflex sight. So it's worth about 7,700 to Skier. And it's worth about, usually it's about 12 grand on the market. But again, that's something you want to put in the effort for, sure. But rather than flood the market with Glock parts and those type of sites, you can simply go to Skier and just sell. It's much easier just to click. Sure, you're losing about 2 grand on this one and maybe a grand each on that one. Again, that's minus the fee to post it up on there, right? So that's just a pain in the ass in itself. You can simply sell all these parts. And if you look from here, again, I was sitting at 1 million. We're even from only selling those parts to Skier, we are already profit 418 bucks. Okay, yeah, 418 bucks, whatever. Right? Let's sell the rest of the parts and see what we're sitting at. Sell the rest of the parts here. We got the sight adapter, the Glock, and that one in the mag. Sure. We just made 8,376 rubles off of one Glock, buying at exactly 15,000 for the G phone, 15,000 for each G phone, 2 of them, right? So that's 30 grand, and $10,000 for the circuit board. We made $8,300. And ask me, $8,300, what's the big deal? The big deal is this Glock, there's no cap on it. You can buy as many of these as you want, sell as many of them as you want, so long as you get the G phones and the circuit board at the right price. Right? So again, that's with me buying the G phone at specifically 15 grand. Again, you might even get them for less. See, if you can buy 2 G phones at 13.5, that's already an extra 3 grand off of just selling the parts. That's an extra 3 grand. So at this point, I would have been 11 grand if I had bought it. But for educational purposes, I bought it at 15 grand each just to stay even. As you saw earlier, I spent exactly 40 grand and I made 8,376 off of one. And because this is unlimited, I can buy like 20 G phones and 10 circuit boards and sell them all at once. And then at that point, 20 G phones, 10 circuit boards, that is actually 10 Glocks. So that's $83,000. And it probably only takes you approximately, I don't know, like 2 minutes to make $83,000, which you can just throw straight in the stash, just like that. Right? I keep these even amounts, just to plateau, just to see where I'm sitting at, to see how much money I have made. Right? So I made that extra $30 some odd thousand, $8,000 just by sitting here doing nothing.